case, which again, he live streamed because clearly he's very determined to build the best possible case against himself.
Yeah, well, he's basically screwing himself more and more. And the more he live streams, the more he hangs himself. Like, he basically becomes like the material witness for the opposition. Hey, yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Blaze here. Welcome back to another installment of Venomous Reloaded. You see me. And today we're going to be taking a look at an interesting video with a very infamous face. Disrespectful IRL streamer hates how Korea is treating him. Now, I've seen videos and photos of this dude, and all I have to say is this dude here is an absolute idiot. Like, dude goes to all these different places and cause all kinds of havoc, and he does not face repercussions for his actions. And he's basically getting slaps on the wrist, and people just take it easy with his punishment. Like, no, he needs real life repercussions, and he needs to face said repercussions for his actions. And I can't wait to hear what this video has to say about old boy and his whole ordeal. So without further ado, let's get into it. Yes, sir.
Things have got so much worse for the most hated IRL streamer who's currently facing over a decade in prison in Korea, as it was now reported that new charges have been filed against him. And his trial date has now been set, and the dude is just absolutely losing his mind and making everything worse for himself. Not like that's just a new thing for this guy. He's been doing that his entire career. And I mean, I made a plethora of videos on this guy covering the ongoing situation, so most people know. This guy makes a living off of harassing people in public. And specifically, he's built his career off of harassing people in Japan last year. He was arrested, he apologized, he spent a little bit over 3 months in jail over there, but once he was released, he deleted the apology and then started making fun of Japan again.
So he got arrested prior to this. And yeah, he continues on like he can't be touched. My friend, Johnny Somali, you are, without a doubt, the undisputed dumbass of fucking America. And you deserve to be in the Hall of Dumbassery, right next to Jack Doherty and all of the other unsuspected idiots of the world. Like, like that is the living definition of unbridled idiocy. Like, you got charged with this prior, and yet you continuously do so in other places. Whew, this is going to be one of those videos. I'm already knowing.
Then he just continued his antics in other countries, and that just led him to more encounters with the police and other angry civilians. But his most recent situation is going on in Korea, where he essentially decided to do what he was doing in Japan, but act out infinitely more. He really just wanted to test the limits to see how far he can get away with things, and so far, it seems like he might have found that limit, you know, because he's facing over a decade in prison now. But Korea is doing things a little bit different to what Japan did. Japan, they held him in jail until his case was over. Korea, they said, hey, we'll just give you a travel ban. Good luck surviving out there, bud. The burden of providing for yourself is on you. And by the way, you can't work. You know, because if he does his job, he's going to make his trial way worse for himself. Then on top of that, it's not like...
I think he already did make it worse for himself. Like, if he's continually doing the antics that he's doing, oh, he's cooked. He is flambé. Put him on the Hawaiian barbecue pit and cook him until he is well done, because he is el finito.
Like he has a work visa either. He's on a tourist visa. So it's safe to say the dude is stuck between a rock and a hard place, and that is if there's only one trial, because he's committed dozens of felonies in Korea and snitched on himself doing everything because he live streamed everything.
The
So
live
all the
stream
prosecutors
tells
and
all.
victims need to do is watch through all the footage and file charges as needed. He really just made things so much easier on them and infinitely worse for himself. But I guess that's just the consequences
usual.
of harassing strangers on the street for profit. So as of right now, he's currently in legal trouble for two things: the 7-Eleven incident for disrupting the business, and the newest one added to his current trial is a violation of a Minor Offenses Act, which from what I can tell is a misdemeanor. And the most common punishment for that would either be a fine and or up to 30 days in jail. And this charge is pretty vague, so it's a little bit unclear on what he did to get this charge, but Andrew from Legal Mindset went over the things you need to do or allegedly do to get this charge.
So you see here, we've got breaking into empty houses. Oh, that could have been it. Because he broke into the house too. Remember that? He trespassed.
Breaking and entering? Yeah,
Carrying a concealed weapon. Preparing for violence. False reporting.
Ooh.
Changing the scene of dead bodies. Woof, that's bad.
Oof,
Failure
yeah,
to
that
report
is
a person
worse.
in need. False assumption of a title. So if you pretend to be anyone with a rank or public office or academic degree, if you pretend to have any other medal, emblem, etc. So that could be pretty much anything, any rank, decoration. So that could even be a title, like if you pretend to be a lawyer or pretend to be a PhD. That's interesting. He was pretending to be press at one point. Inertia selling of goods, solicitation, unauthorized posting of ad material, interference with potable water, littering, urination, interference with ceremonies.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a plethora of things that could be relevant here,
That
as
is a
he
hefty
did interrupt
list.
a televised concert or ceremony. He did harass a bunch of people in public, and then Andrew also mentioned that he did break into someone's place. So that is really interesting. He also made countless threats. And then you have number 20 there, which is also relevant because this guy is just regularly day drinking in public and acting belligerent towards random citizens on the street for his content. So this charge...
Yep. Yeah, he's basically doing it for likes and views and comments and help boost up his sub rate. Like, people that do that, and you wonder, why would people give people like this a platform to where they can just go out and about and act like they're untouchable? Let's be real. Nobody's untouchable in life. Nobody. Anybody can get got. As Johnny Somali is going to find out the hard way.
Is very vague, but clearly a lot of his behavior fits this charge. But he also made some extremely creepy threats to another streamer, which both he himself streamed and the victim. But the creator Decoy Voice covered this a little while back.
Maria, get the out of here. Just touch me again. Oh,
What?
As apparently he's all riled up because that other streamer girl tried to throw water on him.
Hold up, so he threatened that over some water?
Yo.
So
that is
Johnny's
petty,
Bonnie
bro.
to his Clyde threw a drink on her.
don't try to throw a drink on me. Yeah, you don't.
Try that in the hood, man. You would not make it off the block. That's real. Like, you gonna go around throw water on a woman because she tried to throw water on you? Like, how much of a bitch move is that? Like, are you kidding me? Man, like I said, try that in the hood, man. People was gonna light his ass up. Whew.
You know? Shut up! Shut!
And as I tried to see what happened after, he quickly deleted that video, bragging that he smacked her camera across the street and immediately deleting the saved stream.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, so he's aware enough to try to scrub all this stuff as soon as possible, but unfortunately for him, the clickers like Cancel Johnny's and many more have caught on to this, and they just record all of his streams. Also, I mean, this is assault.
Receipts is a bug.
This guy is just such a massive man-child who's clearly on a mission to
Pretty
ruin his
much.
own life for internet attention. And also, I guess because he can't really control his own emotions. And also, I'm laughing here
And
because
plus he's
not
an
what he
idiot.
said. What he said is awful, but how pathetic he is hilarious.
Can you please help me? Help me! He said he's gonna rape me. Please help me.
What?
He said he's gonna rape.
Like I said, people give these type of people platforms, man. They just go berserk, like nuclear berserk. And for him to say that to another streamer, wow. I'm guessing he was streaming too, but also she was streaming as well. It's even more insane. And how this dude has not gotten like severe consequences is beyond me.
Please help me.
Like, what the hell? Bro is weird.
He said he's gonna rape me. I said
Bro is absolutely weird, man.
What is he crashing out for? But I guess his
No
whole stream is
reason.
just one big crash out. But even by the bar that he set so low for himself, this is still pathetic. And this situation has become
Yes.
relevant again because now there's a few charges there. Obviously, the threats, assault, but also this business happened to be ABC Pizza. And the people have now reported him for disrupting that business, just like he did at the 7-Eleven. Because as we saw, the people he harassed here were customers of the business and spent a decent amount of time causing a commotion at the entrance of this business. So that's also being reported to the investigators. Now, in a separate situation, a Korean creator has now filed charges against him for violating national railway laws. This is for harassing the people on the train like we covered in my last video on him. And if all of these incidents were just isolated, if he only did one of them and he didn't do any of the others, they would probably slip through the cracks because like no one cares enough. But because of who Johnny is and how much shit he's done in Korea in the short time that he's been there, I mean, just his whole career is harassing strangers in public for his own content. And he's now been charged with two things. I just want to throw everything at him. And you know, the pathetic catalyst that caused this national hatred and outrage towards him was his P. Diddy jokes, then undressing and rubbing baby oil all over himself and the comfort lady statues, then, you know, groping.
Bro, that is totally disrespectful to the culture, bro. And for him to do that and not get the consequences he deserves, like, you have to be a special breed of stupid to disrespect someone's culture and heritage. Like stuff like the monuments and whatnot, that's honoring the culture. And you're sitting there disrespecting it. Like, I don't even want to go inside old bruh's head because I would be in a straitjacket right now. I'm telling you.
And dancing on it. He obviously did this to upset as many people as possible, as the comfort women statues are to honor and remember the thousands of SA victims from the 1930s into the early 40s. And he was extremely aware of exactly what he was doing, even though he played dumb and didn't know. And every time he gets confronted, he just plays this stupid act of like, I didn't do anything wrong. Please enlighten me on what I did wrong, because I don't even understand that I did something wrong. Yeah, I digress. But remember the streamer Bong Bong, who Johnny made the deep pig video of them making out? That's also a potential charge. We saw her live stream herself pressing charges, but she apparently decided to not pursue them any further. Well, that is until recently, because allegedly Johnny was begging her not to follow through with those charges. But now there's a rumor that she's filing them anyway. Now, will she follow through this time? Who knows? But we do also know the investigators were looking into that case, even though that she dropped the charges. This is because she filed them to begin with. But another new update to the situation is his trial is now scheduled for December 20th, where he's facing a charge of disrupting a business, which again, he live streamed because clearly he's very determined to build the best possible case against himself.
Yeah, well, he's basically screwing himself more and more. And the more he live streams, the more he hangs himself. Like, he basically becomes like the material witness for the opposition. For pretty much the opposition, meaning the prosecution. Like, what more can you do to hang himself? Like, you're thinking to yourself you're untouchable, and yep, he's gonna mess around and find out.
That's what makes all this so funny.
he is the prosecution's own star witness against himself. Because the dude loves lying, and he even bragged about lying in court in Japan to get out with a lesser sentence. So now he'll be like, nah, that didn't happen. And then the prosecutors are like, well, here's this live stream. Because the difference between Korea and Japan right now is now we have all of this information that Japan didn't have back then. That's being shown to the prosecutors now. It also seems like the prosecutors over there are way more aggressive and also way more interested in seeing what the internet has compiled of his own actions. But you may be asking, what has he been doing since he was indicted? Well, you know, he did that publicity stunt where he apologized and pretended he didn't know anything about the statue.
Can you guys tell me a little bit more of the history of the statue? Because I haven't done too much research.
But again, he streamed himself, literally enlightening his viewers on what that statue was and what it stood for.
I'm talking about the Korean comfort women. The thousands of women who were forced into by the Imperial Japanese Army during World War II.
And, you know, to really blow up that apology, he then recently promised that he would repeat those actions to the comfort women statues if he was banned on TikTok.
I swear to God, if they ban this TikTok, I'll go back to the statue tomorrow. Wallahi, if they ban this TikTok, I'll go to the statue tomorrow.
So, yeah, he's just completely destroying any chance of any leniency from a judge. And now he's just starting to completely lose his mind as he started this new content bit where he claims that
losing his mind. He been lost it like streams ago. Losing his mind, saying he had a mind to begin with.
He's in North Korea, when in reality, he's still in Seoul.
They say the National Intelligence Service is gonna come get me. Tell them, come find me. I ain't scared of them. Shout out
They're
North
talking
Korea.
mighty big.
Shout out Pyongyang. Shout out Kim Jong-un. That's my till the day I die. South Korea.
Dumbass.
Right, dude. They know exactly where you are, and it's not like you can leave the country. So, hang tight, bud. Imagine being this guy's attorney, and then you see your client posting this.
He's an idiot.
Before the trial. Oh, man. And he's doing this all while extremely confident that he's going to beat this case like OJ.
Psych.
Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. But he also posted this video.
Man, it's a hard life out here. They saying I'm going to jail. They're saying all this bullshit. I'm out here. I'm still north, near the DMZ. I made it to North Korea. Thank the Lord. Thank God. Shout out North. Shout out Kim Jong-un. Shout out Pyongyang. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. The reason why I respect North Korea is because they're dystopian. They are a, you know what I mean, fascist place, but they don't lie about it. South Korea is just as fascist. You just lie about it. I touched the statue, so you guys are trying to silence me, murder me, and then jail me. So I might as well be in North Korea. Look, I'm out here in the wilderness. Snow, 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 snow time.
What a
never gonna catch me alive.
All right, those are some famous last words. Yeah, I guess this just shows how incredibly ignorant he is. There's a very big difference in the quality of life between those two borders. But I love how he oversimplifies the whole reason people are upset with him. No, the people are upset with you because you chose to harass people in public for a living, and you act like an attention-starved child. You also have been doing this for over a year now, and it seems like the only thing that's going to stop this behavior is legal repercussions, because nobody deserves to be harassed and broadcast against their will on your live stream, simply because they have to commute to work and are unfortunate enough to share a train car with you. But with the recent martial law order that went into place for a couple hours in Korea, Johnny allegedly lost his mind. He got scared and deleted all of his posts disrespecting South Korea and all of his posts endorsing North Korea. And this is all according to the Korean news channel Korea Now.
Who would have known that of all things it would be the president of South Korea?
If this ain't jackass behavior, man, I don't know what is. And you know what? For him to fish for sympathy and you continuously do idiotic shit that is gonna paint the image to the public that, yo, this dude is just an ignorant dumbass at the end of the day. Bro's cooked. And if you have sympathy for this fool, I feel sorry for you.
Korea to finally put a stop to YouTuber Johnny Somali. On December 3rd, after President Yoon suddenly declared martial law, the American quickly took down prior contents which were pro-China and North Korea from his TikTok and other social accounts. The out-of-the-blue martial law declaration lasted for only a handful of hours, and during the
he uploaded a lot of these videos, actually. I only saw a couple of them, apparently, but like they're showing way more videos here than what I've seen.
Over to North Korea. Many think that the YouTuber was most likely panicking, not fully.
Which really just shows you how reckless and stupid he's being. Like, in front of his trial, he's doing all of this.
Exactly.
Whatever he gets as a sentence, he deserves it.
Rightfully so.
Korea. Somali, who has been banned from leaving Korea back in October, is still waiting to hear his fate for the series of commotions which he caused during his stay. Will Somali finally keep it low, or do you think he will create more controversies in Korea? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.
Well, I mean, he would be smart if he kept it low until his trial at least, but as we know from covering him, he's not very smart. So I'm definitely expecting him to resume to his antics now that the martial law situation's finished. Also, he wasn't even charged for the comfort woman stuff. He was just punched in the face for that. And that guy, he was also charged. So don't crash out over the streamer. He's not worth it. Just let the legal process happen, and only time will tell what will actually happen. Until then, it seems like Korea has been way more aggressive against him than Japan has. So this will definitely be interesting. But hey, I mean, if you want another way to support the channel, you can check out my company, Matt.City, where we took inspiration from the toy car mat we've all grown up with. We brought it to a city near you. And we've also done this with mouse mats. And look at this thing. We did a winter,
that's dope.
This is called the Snow
That's
Rally
really
collection.
Dope.
There's like a winter mat. It's pretty cool, fit in the frame. It's definitely one of my favorites. And we've also done this with mouse mats in all sizes as well. So here's like the DC example of the large mouse mat. So if you're looking for a last minute Christmas gift for yourself or a loved one, it would be awesome if you checked out Matt.City in the link down below. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yeah, man. Definitely informative video, man. And also, Johnny Somali is a fucking tool. He is a dumbass. Like, nah. Like, any punishment he gets is well deserved, and he needs to sit down and actually face those consequences, and stop. You pretty much just take the protective leash off of him. Like, no, like there's no more slaps on the wrist. Like, Korea, they ain't playing. Any punishment he receives is more than deserved for the shit he has done while in Korea. Yeah, totally disrespectful to the people, totally disrespectful to other streamers, and just pretty much just being reckless. Like, no sympathy whatsoever. Like, get him up out of here, lock him away, and throw away the key. Like, he is cooked. He is cooked. But it's gonna be interesting what happens when his case starts. And I just want to know, what's everyone's take on the whole Johnny Somali scenario? Yo, let the comment section have it. And as always, thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this one, and don't forget to tell your peoples across the globe, come kick it with your boy just one good solid time. And you already know what to do next, my peoples. Follow your boy on social media right over yonder. And this is your boy Blaze here saying church the deuce, and I will see y'all in the next video. And I'm out.